Okay, my friend. So, welcome to Listening to Smile podcast. This is my new friend and fellow musician and mystic, my Irish soul sister here, Eileen Bray. How are you doing, Eileen?
Good morning, Lou. I'm doing great. And how are you?
I'm thrilled that we're doing this. We're holding our breath that this is actually happening.
It is. Take two, but we got it. We got this.
Yes, 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 yes. So it's wonderful. Tell us a little bit about yourself, why we're having this wonderful chat and what you're about.
Thank you so much. So yes, honored to be here. We met on the Speakeasy platform and both have a love of music and all things mystical and magical. And so I suppose my story is I'm based here in Ireland now, but I spent a lot of years, 33 years. I'm like, Jesus Christ, 33 years in the United States. Background is design and textiles, but the love that was there all the time was voice and song and singing. So through the journey of Kundalini Yoga in 2016, 2017, I was doing teacher training, got introduced to mantra, and absolutely just loved it. And just the power of that, the medicine that's in mantra. And then as I was learning these beautiful chants in Gurmukhi and Sanskrit and these ancient languages, there was a familiarity there for
Wow.
me, just undeniable. I was like, wait a second, this language is just like our own language, Gaeilge, Irish.
Hmm.
So what I started to do way back was weave them together. I started to weave these beautiful mantras with our own language, and I started to get very involved in kirtan. And then I created this brand of my own, and I called it Celtic Kirtan.
Right.
And throughout all of this, absolutely terrified, like really terrified. As I was just sharing with you, Lou, I really do get very nervous, and that performance anxiety held me back really my whole life. Like I would sing in groups, duos, choirs, productions, but to step out and step through that fear, it took me my whole life almost till now, till 3.5 years ago.
But you've done it and you're doing it, my friend.
So I stepped through fear. I spent a couple of years just recording into my phone, and then 2021 lost my job during the lockdown in Nashville, based in Nashville, Tennessee at that point, and lost my job and just really threw myself into that and had the time and the space to create, and eventually picked a date in March 2021. I did my first Facebook Live. So that's when Celtic Kirtan came to the fore, and then came back to Ireland that summer, first summer in over 30 years here.
Wow.
And
Wow.
a friend called me up, and I was going to the Sovereignty Ireland Festival on the Hill of Tara.
Okay.
And I called her up saying, hey, I'll see you there tomorrow. And she goes, Eileen, I'm supposed to open it with a kirtan, but I can't. I have a voice workshop. Will you do it? And I literally had just driven to Cork actually to buy this gorgeous ovation
Right.
that day. And I was terrified. Lou, when I say I was terrified, like
Well,
terrified, but with all the fear up through me came yes. And I did my first solo performance set, 40-minute set, opening the Sovereignty Ireland Festival in 2021. That's my story in a condensed version. But
that's
yeah.
that's incredible. I hadn't heard all that till just now. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. So tell people what the Hill of Tara is for folks who don't know, and also let them know what kirtan is if they're not familiar with
Of
that as well.
course. Yeah, the Hill of Tara is one of our most sacred sites. It's where all the high kings of Ireland were coronated, if that's the correct word.
Yes, it is. Sure.
Yeah, coronated. They
Yeah.
were. So it is a blessed sacred site, ancient site, and very revered here in Ireland and all over the world.
Probably the most sacred site in the whole country. Yeah, that's all.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
As I speak that, I'm getting chills down my leg when I think of the anointing that was. What an initiation!
Sure.
And and Lou, I told nobody. I literally told nobody. I just literally stepped up and did it. I was like,
Right.
I told no one I'd never done that before.
Right.
But so that's the Hill of Tara. So
Good
that
for
was
you. May I just say good for you, my friend? Well done. Yeah.
thank you so
Yeah.
much, and I'm really inspired now that's a lot of what I talk about, too, is just how to for people to step through the fear.
Right,
But
right.
and step into their true calling. But then to
Yes.
answer your other question,
Yeah,
kirtan.
yeah,
Kirtan is this beautiful sacred space of sound and music. It's this interactive space where it's not a performance. Most important thing, it's not a performance. It's an interactive experience where everybody's voice is brought into the room. So traditional kirtan came from India. It's traditionally in Sanskrit and in call and response. And it just flows, the tempo increases and decreases. So it goes from quiet to crazy. If you've ever experienced kirtan in India, it's literally the harmoniums bouncing off the floor. And it's just this amazing, and people get up and dance and all that stuff. So it's just this beautiful musical meditation
yeah,
meditative experience,
yes, yes,
and very it's such a somatic experience. You just feel it in your whole body. And the
yeah,
beautiful thing about mantra, and this is one of the things I love, because I grew up singing ballads and all the rest of it,
right.
uh, but I could never remember all the words. So the most beautiful thing about mantra is you only have to remember maybe two at a time
Yes, yes,
or
much less.
four, and repeat them.
Sure.
And so what happens is, when you are in that space of just, you're out of the head, you're not thinking, and you're literally just in that space of repeating, you go into this other space. It takes you deep. Like for me
Yes,
personally,
yes, yes.
nothing takes me as deep as that.
Right.
No.
Beautiful. Oh, that's breathtaking. And of
Mm,
course, it's the focus is on the divine. The focus is on our connection to spirit, to source, to God, goddess, all that is.
completely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Complete.
yeah, yeah. I had the privilege of going to see Krishna Das, and my grace. You had the Hill of Tara. My grace was Krishna Das walked up and started talking to me. I was out in the hallway. There was this table of food before the thing. I had never heard him play before, and honest to God, he there he was, and you can call me Katie. I'm like, okay, and we are just chatting for a little while. And then which that was about it, but it was kind of magical. And then at the concert, the energy coming through me from spirit was so powerful that I was literally down on all fours for the most of the thing, and it was just like I was underneath a waterfall of light. So I'm a big fan of kirtan. When I have the opportunity, it's a pleasure.
Wow. Was this in Dublin?
No, this is in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the Hill of Tara, I've been the one time, and with my dear friend Tracy O'Connor. I don't know if you know Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah, we're friends on Facebook. I don't think I've met her in person. Yeah.
Well, she's another force of nature like yourself, my good lady, and it'd be great to connect the two of you. She's introduced me to a lot of the Celtic spiritual traditions and all of that. So I know very little, but I'm always hungry to learn more. So this is all very exciting. So where do you want to take the conversation today? Tell us more about what you're working on and what's happening in your world.
Yeah, sure. So then I suppose the journey, it just continued. And I'm recent, just in the last couple of years back, I'm just really back and forth between here and the States. So,
Oh,
my two children, one is in New York and one's in Nashville. So I've been back and forth. So
okay.
I did I did the first one in the Hill of Tara, but then I went back and I did one for the winter solstice in Nashville.
Wow.
And and then I've done six total in Nashville live, and I've done one. I've done one. You'll love this.
Yeah.
I've done one in an Irish. My friend is an Irish pub restaurant in the Lower East Side in Manhattan, and we transformed it, candlelit, like it was amazing.
Fantastic.
So the journey has just continued. I suppose my biggest message would be, is like I was saying, to step through, because when you do step through and step through that fear and show up, the
Yeah.
universe will meet you.
Yeah. Yeah.
As Mike Dooley says, I've trained
Oh,
with him
yeah.
as well. Dooley Infinite Possibilities.
Yes.
When you take one step towards your your inspired place,
Yes.
your heart's calling,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
universe meets you with 10,000 steps. And
That's right. That's right.
that's been the case for me. I'm still in this period of just flux and transition after a lifetime in the States and trying to figure it all out, but feeling so held. And in all of that, I just keep showing up, keep showing up. As I say it, Mike Dooley's words, incessant baby steps. And I've been, I suppose I have to be honest,
Yeah.
in the last 3 years, it's probably been, it's been, goodness, I can't even put a number on how many I've done, like there
Sure.
and here. And then in with that, our beautiful friend Mia, we've done throat chakra work together,
Okay.
all about speaking your throat. The throat chakra, for anyone who is not familiar with the energy centers, is our throat center, our center of communication right here.
Yeah.
And so many called now to speak our truth.
Sure.
So me and
Yeah.
I've done work with that, and then
Yeah.
beautiful collaborations. I'm here in my friend Jackie's house in Carlow, and we celebrate all the festivals of the wheel, and we do those beautiful festivals. And
Do you mean the four Celtic, Samhain and
yes, Samhain and
Yaltana?
Yaltana,
Yeah.
Imbolc. Actually, my phone at the moment is being propped up by a beautiful statue of Bridget.
Oh, perfect.
Hail,
Perfect.
Bridget.
Yes, indeed.
God.
Yes.
So
Fantastic.
yeah, so it's just been, and I am also a student of Celtic shamanism. So it's
Okay.
it's all weaving in. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
training over COVID with John and Karen Schleon Cree in Dublin,
Oh,
and and so that's another one of my passions. Our indigenous spirituality.
oh, well,
Yeah.
please talk about that, my friend. I'd love to hear more
Yeah.
about that.
Well, I'm a student of it, and when I found out, I was always felt very connected to shamanism and Native American spirituality as well,
Yes. Yes.
and I feel they're very connected,
Sure.
and
Sure. I agree.
so yeah, and so I spent a week on Hopi Land about 10 years ago,
Okay.
and that was a sacred experience. And I've just always felt that connection. So when I found out there was such a thing as Celtic shamanism,
Right.
that really resonated with me.
Yeah.
And so I'm a student. I feel like I'm a brand new student of it, and I'm just touching the surface. But I love to honor our goddesses and our beautiful Bridgets and Tara and all Anya and
Right.
so
Right.
yeah, so it's very exciting time for
Oh,
me
yes.
personally, even though it's a little chaotic and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
Still, it's such an exciting time because I feel I'm really, really, yes, of course, I'm from Ireland. This is where I grew up. But I feel only now am I really coming back to my roots, you
Sure.
know?
Sure. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Bless your heart, hon. Well, again, I knew that we needed to talk, but now I really start to get the picture here. The breadth and the depth of, your passion and your soul's calling for the music and the magic and medicine, you might say, of the Celtic spiritual path. That's fantastic. Just curious, how do the Americans take to this?
Oh my gosh, they loved it. So I have programs that my beautiful friend in Nashville designed, and we put everything. So the Irish, all the languages are written phonetically. So the Irish is written phonetically. So
Okay.
so people who have never spoken a word of Irish
Right.
were there singing, chanting, Oscail, yeah. And I had one woman in Nashville come up bawling afterwards
Wow.
to me,
Wow.
and
Wow.
and she said, you have no idea what this means. I've been trying to connect in with my roots, and I just didn't know how.
Yeah.
There's the thing about our language, our language.
Yeah.
It's a vibrational language. It's a
Yeah.
sacred language,
Yes.
and
Yes.
literally the words in Irish mean what they sound like. So if you say a word like soothingness, especially if you sing a word like
Yes.
sooth,
Yes.
it
Yes.
means calm, tranquility, peace, all of those things. you literally feel that. It's so, there's something about singing in our language
Yeah.
that awakens something in people.
Yeah.
You know, even people who are maybe not even of this heritage.
Sure.
It has embraced so many people. So they absolutely loved it. Yeah, they absolutely loved it, because people are yearning, I think, for to be rooted somewhere.
Oh God,
You
yeah. To be opened up to their spirituality any way they can find it.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's all about unity. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
It's all
Yes.
about bringing our languages together. My friend and myself and my friend Avia Gorman, now she's a beautiful friend from Israel,
Mhm.
and we just started our series of peace concerts. And
Okay.
in that we just did our first one in East Clare, and we actually were supposed to do Hidden Heart this weekend.
Yes.
Avia's unfortunately got really sick, and
Ah,
we can't do it. But in that we are merging the Hebrew, and I
ah,
also love singing Aramaic. It's
yeah.
one of my Aramaic is my newest favorite language. It's like
Great.
I'm obsessed with Aramaic at the moment.
Okay.
Uh, and so with the piece, with our peace concert, we just have merging the Hebrew with the Irish and the Sanskrit and the English and the
Yeah.
Aramaic, and so it's all about it's all about coming together at this time when
Yeah.
there's such turmoil and
Yeah.
pain and
Yeah.
grief,
Yeah.
division going on in the world. It's about coming together at this time
Yeah.
and just knowing that we all want the same thing: peace.
Amen. Amen.
Peace is a complete sentence, Lou.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Just, yeah.
Just like
No
no.
sides, just
Yes.
peace.
Yes. We also say no is a complete sentence, some.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Um,
Yeah.
wow, Eileen, I'm just being swept away by all your wisdom and your passion for for your path and what you're doing and what you're bringing to people. And it's just so exciting to hear all this. I was going to mention your gig tomorrow, but as you said, that's been postponed at the moment. But I
Well,
didn't.
so what
Yeah.
I'm going to do is, because it's been advertised and everything, I'm actually
Okay.
going to do a Celtic Kirtan. So it'll still be going on in the sanctuary there at Lisnava House at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. I'm just going to do the Celtic Kirtan,
Great.
so it will still be, because some of the pieces were still the same pieces I do there. So I do, like I do a version of. I saw you posted actually the Lord's Prayer.
Yes.
That's my favorite things to sing.
Yes.
I
In the Aramaic translation.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Great. I
So
was just going to bring that up. Yeah.
oh, exactly. So what I love to do is, I have a version I sing in English, just like you, and then I speak it Oscuelga, and then
Mhm.
I sing it in Aramaic at the end. So it's the
Wow.
blending of the three.
Right.
Uh,
Did you
it's
do that
so
at
beautiful.
Speakeasy? Did you just do that at Speakeasy, I think? No?
I did it not this time.
Okay.
I've done it another time.
Yeah, I think the previous time because that sounds
Possibly.
familiar. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite things. So anyway,
Believe me,
so
that was one of the things I went, okay, there's a box she's ticking.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I love that Aramaic language. Whoo, powerful,
Yes.
powerful.
Yes. Maureen did a talk about her visit. Maureen Muldoon, the creator of Speakeasy and our friend
Yeah,
there, who's just like yourself, a huge inspiration to me. And Mia Sarah Williams, my Course in Miracles teacher and sister here. So
great women.
I know, believe me, I'm over here going, yeah, babe, this is the good stuff. Thank you, God.
Powerful.
I'm in with the in crowd. These are the exciting, turned on people. But where was I going with this? Maureen did a talk about the Celtic alphabet being based on 25 different trees. Did you happen to hear that talk?
Oh no, but I'm way familiar. The Oam.
Yes. I was just gonna mention that.
I'm so familiar.
Right. Okay. So there it is. There it is. Very good. Well, what does that mean? What's written on your arm there? Yeah.
So this is the Oam alphabet that Lou is just talking about, and this is the word Saoirse, which means
Okay.
freedom. The
Right.
word, so it comes from the Irish word, and then you translate it, into the Oam. Yeah, Oam. very passionate about the old.
Clearly, you only have it written on your arm in ink. Fantastic.
And down my spine too.
Okay.
But no, I didn't hear that. I would love to hear her speak about that.
Yes. Well, she and I did an interview as well.
Wow.
Yeah. You're my second listening to Smile. She was my first. So
I actually watched that. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. It's a good talk. And then she also did her own song about her that she'd written about her grandmother. Did you hear that as well?
I did. She
Yes.
told amazing.
Yes,
yeah.
Dear Ireland for Mary Muldoon.
Mary Muldoon. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, I'm getting my Irish on over here pretty good. This is St. Patrick's Day every day of the year here. It's exciting.
Yeah, we'll have you chanting As Gaeilge.
Well, that's on my wish list. You're definitely welcome to help me learn all of that. That's exciting.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, to come back to, thank you. That's a lovely offer. I had a teacher in the States named Kai Christie King, a lovely older woman, and she was taken up into Mount Shasta, to Telos, and she was also a singer. She opened up for Frank Sinatra at one of his concerts. Yeah. So she was, just to give you her CV, she was an amazing spirit. I think she's still around. We haven't talked for a while, but she talked about the 7 sacred languages that her teachers would talk about. And like you're saying, I've no doubt that Gaelic is one of those languages, because, as you say, the vibration that comes through is, transformative and eternal, and of the earth and of spirit. And, the woman coming up to you in floods of tears, it works. It has power. There's power in there.
Unbelievable. And I've had people from all different cultures come up, and they will come up and they'll say Gurv Mila Mahagad, or they'll say Shlanta, or they'll say a word or two, and it's literally cross country.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, I'm quite proud of my heritage. That's why I snuck in the back door and managed to stay here for all this time. And my ancestors, left during the famine, and so that's been an education for me about all of that. I was in hospital last year, and I was chatting with a guy there, and I was telling him my history. This is an Irishman. And I said, yeah, my name was originally O'Martin, but now it's Martin. And he said to me something I'd never heard all the time I was here. He said, oh, they took the soup. Did you ever hear that one?
I didn't. I've not heard that. Is he referring to taking out the O?
Yes, exactly. The English would take your name from you, basically, for a bowl of soup. And, if you did that, you weren't exactly playing on the home team at that point, as far as the Irish were concerned. But I mean, it's also, do you know Declan O'Rourke at all? Do you know this?
I know the name.
He's an Irish singer songwriter. His big hit was Galileo years ago. And
I know.
He's one of my favorites, and I've seen him several times. But he did an album about the famine, which is what I'm coming to. And I was just in floods of tears listening to this thing. It was devastating. And he's also done not one, but 2 novels. His lockdown thing was 2 novels about the famine. So he's made a deep study of all that. So, it's amazing. But of course, it's nothing like what we were taught historically. There was shiploads of food going, and we're being starved to death. So it's a whole different story than we heard,
Of course, there's some beautiful healing going on, actually. And this conversation that's very delicate and very sensitive is actually being brought to the fore at Lisnava, at Hidden Heart this weekend.
Yeah.
The theme is something fruits and future. But one of the conversations that's been brought out is this conversation of colonialization and the grief and the wounding, and because it's being held at this big beautiful house, this is it's been brought up to be talked about, to be healed.
I would love to be there, honestly. Yeah,
a lot of the conversations are happening today, actually, and I can't because I have an event in Wicklow tonight, but And I don't know if there's any tomorrow, but I really, really, really would have loved to be part of this
Maybe
conversation.
there
It's
might be some
short.
video or something from any of that. Just
Pardon?
there might be some video from any of that.
I really hope so,
Yeah.
because it's very brave, it's very beautiful, it's necessary, it's important, and yeah. So you know, we're healing, we're healing.
Yes.
We're healing. It's
Yes.
slowly,
Yes.
but we are healing, and this is the time for everything to come up to be healed.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen to that. Also, you're mentioning the Hopi. I got to spend some time with the Lakota.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, as you say, there is a deep connection between the Irish and the indigenous cultures of America and the world, really.
Oh, very much. So we have that beautiful monument in Middleton.
Right. From the Choctaw
But I think it
Indians.
was like, oh,
I think it's the
pardon?
Choctaw.
Yes,
Yes. It's
yes.
the feathers,
I
isn't it?
think you're. Yes,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing monument
Right.
honoring them.
Right. So for people to know the story that the Indians were sending uh, money to the Irish or food, you know, during the famine to try to support the Irish through all that, which, you know, the Indians, you know, the second poorest culture in the world at the time, after the starving Irish. So it's an amazing story, you know.
It's an amazing story, and it was quite a it was an ample amount of money. It
Wow.
wasn't small, and they,
Wow.
you know, they had nothing, and they were given to us.
Right.
So
Right.
deep
Yeah. Yeah.
reverence
Yeah.
to,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
gratitude to the Native Americans. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and you know, I mean, again, Eileen, this is, you know, this is the stuff that just lights me up. To see all of this coming together now, as you talked about unity consciousness, you know, many of my teachers are saying the same thing, and you know, it's we've just had these two massive hurricanes in the States. You know, North Carolina, and actually lost two friends, you know, who died in North Carolina, evidently. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
look,
thank
sorry.
you, man. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh
Um,
God, I'm sorry.
quite shocking.
Oh,
Yeah. Thank you, dear. But they're with us in spirit. I've actually had another friend, you know, deliver that message from my friend Daniel on the other side just in the last couple of days, because I was wondering and, you know, keeping them in my prayers. And she said, yeah, he's over in spirit, and he's sending you his love and gratitude, because I was doing a lot of Zoom calls with people from the States doing prayer circles for the both hurricanes, you know, the healing of one and the preventing or limiting of the second one, which actually was quite successful to a degree. It went from a like category 6 down to a 3, and then the eye literally of the storm literally broke up when it hit the landmass of Florida, which was
yeah,
also
yeah,
miraculous.
yeah.
So it was still,
Sure.
you know, quite a storm.
Oh, so, you know, when that many people come together with that intention, it's literally a scientific. It's been
Yes,
scientifically
yes,
proven.
yes, yes, absolutely.
Um, it doesn't stand a chance. It doesn't matter what it
Right,
is. It
right,
doesn't stand a
right.
chance.
Well, that's spoken like the woman of power that you are, my friend. Absolutely. You know what's real, and you know how it works. You know, this is the calling for all of us to shine our light and share our love, is what my guides say. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Shine light and share our love. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. Do you have CDs and things like this that people can support your work?
Okay, I do not yet.
Okay. Okay. Good.
It is. I have the name. I know the name of my album.
Okay.
I started recording literally 3 years ago, and it's just life sort of went into a blender with this big transition, and so I haven't been able to continue it. But I am committing. I will have. I know the name of it. I have all the vision. I have the vision for all of it. You know,
Cool.
I have Celtic Kirtan is my baby now, that's growing and growing, and Chant Weaver is the album, and it will be coming out, and I will be recording probably, if not by the end of the year, early in the new year, and
Okay.
it is coming.
Yes.
It is coming.
Okay. Okay. Good. Well, as I shared with you before we got on here a couple days ago when we were chatting for the first time to get ready for this, this is the space here for my friends Ian Morris and Fallon Morningstar. And if my intuition is working properly, they might like to have a little chat with you about your music after they see this. That would be my hope. Here's a thought. Would you like to leave us with a song this morning?
Sure.
There you go.
Sure,
I
okay.
see the guitar at hand. I can't resist. It's a perfect way to wrap things up and give everyone the full Monty, as we say.
Okay, so this is totally off the cuff. We didn't talk about.
Sure. I'm just sorry. I'm just thinking. I know you're on your phone, Eileen. On my laptop or on my iMac, there's an original sound for musicians, which you want to turn on if that's available.
I'm not familiar with. Oh, let's see if I can do this.
I don't know if it's on if it's on the Zoom when you're on a phone. So this could be an experiment.
This could be an experiment.
Yeah, but either way you can try it, and we'll see how we go. I'll let you know if I can hear you.
Yeah, let me know.
Or even if you want to do something a cappella.
Oh, okay, that's fine too.
Sure. Just so you know, we have about 6 minutes. You don't have to fill it. I'm just giving you all the information over here.
All right, so I'll quickly do a short version of one of my favorite ones to sing, where we talked about unity of cultures. This is honoring this land, Éireann Godio, Ireland forever. Tomachri lán le grá, my heart is full of love. Shincher imochri, honor. Shincher is the Irish word for ancestors. Shincher imochri, mille buichas, 1,000 thank you. So honoring all of the ancestors that walked on this land, honoring this land, honoring and grateful for this land that has called all of us together from countries all over the world, cultures all over the world. Along with that, quick mantra, Ang Sang Wahe Guru, it's Gurmukhi. It means Ang Sang, one limb of the whole. We are one limb of the whole. So I'll just do a shorter version of this, give you a quick taste of what happens in Celtic Kirtan.
Beautiful, honey. Thank you.
Éireann Godio, Éireann Godio, Éireann Godio, Éireann Godio, Tomachri lán le grá, Tomachri lán le grá, Tomachri lán le grá, Tomachri lán le grá, Shincher imochri, Shincher imochri, Shincher imochri, Shincher imochri, Mila buika, Mila buika, Mila buika, Mila buika, Ang Sang Wahe Guru, 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 Ang Sang Waheguru Wangsang, Waheguru Wangsang, Waheguru Wangsang, Waheguru Wangsang, Waheguru Shin Shar Imochri, Shin Shar Imochri.
Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful.
You're welcome.
Oh.
That's a short little version of it. Usually goes on longer, but thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, yes. You are the real thing, my friend, and it's a joy and an honor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, that is just sublime. And it turned out I was the one that needed to turn on music for musicians, which I did about 30 seconds into it. So I think we're okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all learning something every day, aren't we? Yes.
Every day.
Yeah.
I'm not a tech head whatsoever, so thank you for whatever you did.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, thank you. Thank you. Geez, Eileen, I'm just I'm swept off my feet over here. My heart is full, and I'm so excited to be friends with you and stay connected and learn more about your music and share you with the world. It's an honor here, really. I feel so blessed by this connection here today. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And we'll jam sometime.
Yeah,
We'll sing and
absolutely.
jam.
Absolutely. I'm the guest on Speakeasy tomorrow. I'm doing the music tomorrow. Yeah. The theme tomorrow is death. So I'm still working on yes. Let's see what do we have in the songbook for that?
A beautiful subject.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're really being born and and dying every day. This is the big picture, and the wise souls are the ones that recognize that and honor that and don't live in fear but live in love and truth. Absolutely. Beautiful. Well, hun,
Yeah.
I will leave you go, and please have a wonderful Saturday, and I look forward to our next connection anytime it suits us both. That would be wonderful.
Absolutely. We'll stay in touch. And Lou, thank you so much for having me on. I'm really, really honored, really grateful. And this is an amazing start to the day. So thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. All right.
Good to meet him, Alvin.
There it is. There it is. Well done.